Hey everybody, welcome back to Armored Core. And let's see what we can get up to. Alright, we were going to chase after an MT and we were going to use a quad to do it. So we're going to sell our map head, as well as our old legs. So we can afford to equip a quad. Quad legs have some interesting properties. They have pretty high energy drain compared to other legs, but they're also faster, though they don't get a walk animation until Armored Core 3. And there are certain kinds of heavy weapons that bipeds usually have to kneel to fire, but quads don't have to stop and kneel to fire them. Heavy shoulder weapons like chain guns, plasma cannons, that sort of thing. Huh, chain guns are cheaper than I thought. They also have a different kind of attack with the blade when you're using bipedal legs or reverse joint legs. The blade is a slash, but with quad legs or tank legs, it's a thrust that's harder to hit with, but does quite a bit more damage. So we're just going to arm up. And just give this guy a go.
Test mode engaged.
Yeah, the thing about quad legs is that they're not quite as durable. Plus, because of their high energy drain, it's a bit more difficult to recover boost. So you lose a bit of mobility in exchange for being able to freely use shoulder weapons. The other thing is that quads don't really have higher weight capacity than bipeds, so you're paying a price for that capability of being able to use things like chain guns, slug guns, plasma cannons, grenade launchers, without having to kneel. Really, I find the customization system of Armored Core to be a lot more meaningful than in other games because of just how much changing something like legs changes the way you have to fight it in this game.
System engaged.
So let's chase down that MT. Well, that's a good start. Now, what we're going to do is block him. The thing is, the more damage it takes, the more it's inclined to travel down floors, so it does that thing. However, what you can do is block it by going ahead of it. And see, we're right in the correct spot. Though I kinda screwed it up there, so... And, well, looks like we're just going to have to chase him.
This is the guard. The bottom floor is for chrome use only. Get it over with before he gets there. We're counting on you.
Yeah, if I'd done this correctly, I would have been able to block him indefinitely. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you instantly lose if the MT makes it to the bottom floor. In fact, it might be better this way because it means I blow up less cars and get less of a mission deduction. Yeah, at the bottom floor there's another MT that'll try to fight the terrorist MT. And I believe if it gets blown up, you lose the mission. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but oh well, we won anyway.
This floor is for chrome use only. Get out quickly as soon as you're finished with your job.
Target
Look,
achieved.
man, we're not the janitor, we're a raven. Which is kind of a janitor if your garbage is enemy MTs. Oh well. We did alright anyway. Hey, new parts in the shop. Let's see, heavy biped. Special biped. High energy resistance. Ah, the heavy quad. And more tank legs. Let's see what's next on the... Oh, let's not attack a city. We're going to sell the chain gun for now and see if we can't get our missiles back. Because while the chain gun quad combination is pretty potent in most Armored Core games, actually, this next mission requires a little restraint. Yeah, the chain gun is an automatic weapon whose rounds are as powerful, well, I guess more so in this game, than rifle shots. Oh, whoops, wrong memory card. Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if by the end of this, the other card will be full of other games and this card will just be Armored Core. Anyway, we're doing the Fuel Depot mission for a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to attack a city unless I absolutely have to. And secondly, there's a hidden part in this mission. A particularly notorious hidden part. Okay, so we just need to blow up a bunch of fuel tanks. No problem. Shouldn't be a problem for us.
System engaged.
Okay, there are gun turrets on the ceiling.
Malfunction.
That actually hit pretty
Malfunction.
hard. And because
Radar
our
abnormality.
targeting doesn't work, well, we're just going to have to blow up all the fuel tanks. Yeah, those ceiling turrets hit pretty hard, so we want to not stay in here. This can actually be a pretty dangerous mission if you're not entirely sure where all the fuel tanks are positioned. And plus, there's the possibility of getting caught in an explosion anyway. The good thing is that the game does tell you when you've destroyed all of these fuel tanks. And the quad is kind of useful here because we can evade a lot of the ceiling fire just by moving normally. Thankfully, there are only ceiling turrets in this room. Really, it might be okay just to bring an energy weapon into this map, too. So this room has no ceiling turrets, but it does have a lot of stuff in nooks and crannies that you have to aim carefully to destroy. I'm glad that these targets are pretty big. Okay, we'll just take care of all of these. And that's everything down here, so not much else we need to do. Oh, wait, there's some more. There we go. And now there are a bunch of these up here, and you need to be pretty careful.
Danger. Targets destroyed.
And there's the hidden part.
Raven, that is enough. Go back now.
Weapon obtained.
The hidden weapon we acquired is the Karasawa, which is probably one of the most broken weapons in Armored Core Generation 1. It is a heavy laser rifle with a decent fire rate, incredible damage, and it doesn't actually cost that much
Enemy approaching. Danger.
energy to
Danger.
fire.
Danger.
About the only difficulty in using it is that it's a pretty heavy weapon, but it is possible to fit it on a biped if you know how to configure properly. We are going to be saving that for post-game content.
Target achieved.
Yeah, one of the things about Armored Core 1... Oh, there are many things that make it hard for one to say that it is a company with a good reputation. That is a very Japanese sentence. See, rumors of dangerous experiments, probably true. Major factor, joint venture relationships. I'll be in touch. Yeah, the thing about Armored Core 1 is that you can't hit all of the game's mission on a single playthrough, but after you've finished the game, you can go back and play through all of the missions that you missed. And anyway, I'm going to want different legs for this next mission, because I know a couple of things about it, and I want to be able to recover boost pretty quickly, because there's something incredibly dangerous in this next mission. So we're going to try reverse legs. Yeah, this one's okay. Yeah, like reverse legs have lower energy drain. They have high jump capacity, but they have a bit less turning speed than bipeds. One of the reasons you would never see mouse aiming in an Armored Core game is because turn speed or mouse movement is because turning speed is so important in Armored Core games, and people who play games with mouse movement tend to want instant turning. You saw those kinds of complaints with Monday Night Firefight, or whatever it was called. Oh yeah, Monday Night Combat, I believe. So, the train mission also has a hidden part. Oh, they're paying in advance for this one. Okay, protect a train. Yeah, basically the way it works is that you can accept the contract and get the advanced payment, and then back out to reconfigure before actually taking the mission. The lead car needs to be saved, but if we save the entire train, we get a pretty big bonus, so we're going to try to do that. So, let's do it!
We've reached the fuel depot. Dropping AC.
Ah, our friendly Barracuda transport.
System
There's
engaged.
nothing that can take it down. Okay, the reason I chose a machine gun was so that I'd have a wider angle for taking down these planes, but that turns out to have been a bit of a mistake. Because even like this, it's not really something I can deal with without some extra measures. Now, the individual shots from these planes don't do much damage, but their firing rate is huge. I mean, just look at it. Look at what's going on right now. And I really should have picked something with a better turning radius, but I'll make it work. We'll just chase them in the air, sure, why not? Charging. This won't take long, though. This is one of the reasons I grabbed the reverse legs. Yeah, there are 4 of these planes flying around. We've taken down 2 of them. Now, we want to get the hidden part before anything else, because there are time pressures on this mission. And in one of these crates, we'll find the part that we're looking for. Ah, there it is, right there.
Head obtained.
Yeah, that head is actually a fairly defensively oriented head. I'll be showing it off later.
This is Boulder.
Oh, train has arrived. We better get rid of this last one quick. Okay, just in time.
Enemy approaching. Danger. Danger. Danger.
Okay, this is Wildcat, our first enemy armored core. It's equipped with a couple of weak weapons and a couple of incredibly dangerous weapons. Because, you see, if it hits me with that blade, it's basically over. It's a standard bipedal AC, though, so it doesn't have too many surprises otherwise. It has to kneel to fire its chain gun, which can absolutely shred you.
This is Boulder. Refueling complete. We're underway.
But it doesn't have any special durability, so if you think you can hit it with the weapons you have on hand, you can probably make it so long as you don't get caught by its laser blade or chain gun, which can stun you a lot. I recorded that fight in the morning and it sure woke me up.
Target achieved.
The thing is, fighting an enemy AC in an Armored Core game is probably one of, if not the most intense things you can do in a video game in the 90s. Because enemy ACs know how to move, they know how to use their weapons, and they know how to target you. Fighting an enemy AC makes Armored Core come alive in ways that I haven't really experienced in other video games, at least not that much. It's like Armored Core goes from game to game plus whenever one of these things shows up to fight you. It's just really good. It's one of the big things that led to the longevity of Armored Core as a game. Because just every so often, someone who's you will show up and can easily crush you if you haven't learned the game. So for this next mission, we're going to actually try out, like, a regular laser rifle. It's one of the benefits of reverse legs that it's easier to use these kinds of weapons, as well as keep your mobility, so we're gonna show that off. Okay, so we're going to be doing a little product testing for Chrome. Okay. They must be really serious if they're willing to pay through the nose for a Raven. But it's kind of interesting that they're only paying us if we actually destroy the thing. Maybe they just really want this thing to be stress tested, and, you know, good on you. Not everyone would go through that kind of effort. Especially for military hardware. Just had to save, though. You always save after fighting an enemy AC if you can help it.
The test MT you'll fight is completely automated.
Okay, this is an
There's no need to be timid.
MT.
Give it all you've got.
System engaged.
It moves pretty quickly and has a couple of different weapons. First is this energy weapon, which hits decently hard. And it also has a pair of chain guns that it has to stop to fire. When it's fired to stop to fire its chain gun, that's the best time to hit it with heavy weapons. But it's not really
We
that
got
much of
some
a problem.
excellent data. We'll put it to good use in the future. Thank you for your help.
Target achieved.
See, not a single problem. The only ammunition we used was a couple of missiles. And that didn't cost us anything. Human Plus. Okay, so Human Plus is this game's safety net, and basically, this is all the lore about it, but in the game, if you go into debt a certain amount, you will get kicked back to the start of the game, though you get to keep whatever parts you had, and you gain a level of Human Plus, which improves the capabilities of you and your machine above what's normally available in the game. Like, the first level of Human Plus is you always have radar. You never actually have to equip any radar. And there are a bunch of other levels below that, like decreased energy use, like you don't have to kneel while firing shoulder weapons. You can shoot energy waves from your laser blade. There are like 8 levels of Human Plus in this game. So we're rebuilding our machine for the Attack Urban Center mission because it's a timed mission and we want some pretty heavy firepower to do everything that I want to do. So we're going to be building a quad. And we're going to be equipping it with the shoulder plasma cannon. There's going to be some pretty heavy opposition there, and I want to be able to dispose of it as soon as possible. Yeah, the Kurosawa weighs like 1,000, so it's a weapon you have to commit to, but it's incredible if you do. So, what do you want us to do? Oh, Oh. Okay, so basically anything you can blow up in this mission gives you money, but there's no base pay, so you have to be pretty quick and dirty about it.
System engaged.
Anything you can destroy here, cars, streetlights, air conditioning units, filtration systems, anything you can destroy gives you money. Well, no one said being a Raven was a clean job. Looks like I ran over a car with this thing. So we have 3 minutes, and for the first minute we're free to just attack anything we want. There won't be any resistance until we hit the 2-minute mark. Well, let's take out a couple
in
of
the
things
AC,
up here.
surrender immediately. If you resist, we will attack without mercy.
Okay, at the 2-minute mark, guard MTs show up. And they're not really any different than some of the 2-legged MTs we fought before. And you get money for destroying these things too, so if you don't feel good about destroying municipal property, you can just fight these MTs for a while if you like. Jeez, I'm dodging these things in the quad without actually having to use boost. legs actually give a decent chunk of cash, so you can really just stick to destroying them if you
Enemy
feel like it.
approaching. Danger. Danger.
Now,
Danger.
here's where things start to get
Name
spicy.
of AC.
Because at the
Valkyrie.
1 minute mark, the Armored Core Valkyrie shows up. And Valkyrie can cause problems. It's armed with a very long-range sniper rifle, and it's armed with a shoulder-mounted shotgun that has a very high firing rate, so try to stay away from that. Valkyrie also likes jumping, so you don't have huge windows to hit it with heavy weapons, so you need to hit it with the biggest thing you can if you want to actually destroy it in this mission. And I do, which is why I brought the plasma cannon. And it actually has pretty decent health and defenses, so it's going to be down to the wire no matter how you choose to fight Valkyrie, even if it's with the carousel or other things. We managed to do it with like 12 seconds to spare, and we lost quite a bit of health fighting that thing, so yeah, that's Armored Core.
Time over. Combat halted.
There's also a pretty hefty bonus for destroying Rossvice. And most of that was eaten up in AC repairs thanks to these expensive quad legs. Though I don't know if I would have been able to beat her without them. Oh, yeah. That's pretty obvious. Yeah, that's a misspelling of, Rossvice. Yeah, Rossvice is referred to as a guy here, but it's established in Armored Core Nexus that, Rossvice is a lady. And, you know, also her character art kind of established that, too. Anyway, we're, after knocking down a couple of ravens, we're moving up in the world. Though it'll be a while before we catch up to, Hustler 1. So, I think that's all for now. And we did pretty well this time. We took out 2 ACs, finished some, dangerous missions. And I will be seeing you next time where we do more Armored Core and hopefully I get to show off more builds. See you then. Goodbye.